Hello YouTubers, Joshua Hanning from FutureMorphs here with an English video because this is about the 2025 breeding season. So yeah, I just want to update everybody in the world, and English is way easier than, of course, than speaking Dutch. Because this time of year, it's beginning of May, I get a lot of questions, and usually they are a little bit of the same, which makes sense, of course. One of them is, will you publish your breeding plans somewhere? Well, the simple answer is no. Or yes, but basically I don't do it because of the reasons that if I post my breeding plans, then people sort of assume that will all work and that babies will hatch and stuff like that. So then I will get questions, oh, what will this baby cost? Will you have a male? Yeah, all stuff like that. But I work with a lot of heads and possible heads sometimes. So sometimes I don't even know exactly what will hatch because I don't really pair just like a snow striped to a snow striped and I produce snow striped babies. So usually I do, for instance, the snow striped, like I have a snow striped male and I have a normal head snow striped female. For instance, I don't have them, but with scalers, for instance, or so I never really know exactly what will hatch. So to avoid answering all the questions like, oh, will you have this and will you have a male and what will it cost? And yeah, I just don't know. The second thing that also is a question that sort of goes into that is prices. People also ask like, oh, what will you ask this year for a scalar snow stripes, for instance? I really don't know because of different reasons. Will I even hatch them? That's question number one. Will I have just one male that's awesome looking and I want to keep it for myself? Will I have 10 males? Then they might become cheaper. If I only have females, they might be more expensive than males in some instances. So also prices is a really difficult one to answer. So yeah, just to avoid all of that, basically, I don't publish my breeding plans. But of course, I am really open with after everything hatched. So then I will put everything on YouTube. So don't worry, I don't have secrets or whatever. But yeah, I just post it on YouTube when it hatched, like an entire clutch, just like I did last year's. Because then I know exactly what I have. And then I can also think, how do they look? What sexes are them? What morphs are they? And what prices will I make them? So only when the baby's hatched, I will think about pricing and also put them on the morph list, just like last year. So if you just go to futuremorphs.com/morph list, like always, I just update the list there. So I try to keep it as updated as possible, especially in hatching season. So somewhere like from end of June or so, basically almost every day the list will get updated. Sometimes multiple times a day even. But yeah, if you see something you like, just message me. That's also a question, when will babies hatch? Well, the first clutches I got, what was it, April 12th or something like that. So basically it takes a little over 2 months for them to hatch, and then they still need to shed before I will ID them and put them on YouTube. So basically end of June or maybe even the first week of July or something, you can expect the first video of babies, and also then I will update the morph list. So you can click the link as much as you want before that, but no worries, there won't be anything secret for sale or whatever. Also a question, once I upload a YouTube video, then at the same time I will also update the morph list. So basically at the same time that the YouTube video will go online, those babies will also be in the morph list. Because I just try to make a video, and while it's uploading to YouTube, I basically yeah, make the price list and stuff. So by the time the YouTube upload is done, I can just press OK, publish, and also publish the morph list. That's usually for me the easiest and the most fair for everybody. Then the next one is basically, oh yeah, but I really like what you will, yeah, I really like your palmettos. Can I order one or reserve one already? Well, also no, because again, I don't know exactly what I will have. And if I will say to one person, okay, you can reserve a palmetto, I have to see, will they hatch, do I have males and females, are they nice looking, stuff like that. So that's all annoying, and a price, so it's all basically really difficult. But if I do it to one person, I have to do it to everybody, because otherwise it would not be fair. And since I have many customers, sometimes people maybe think that I have like 5 messages a day or something, but in breeding season it's way busier. I have a lot of customers from all over the world, so it's basically impossible for me to send everybody a message like, hey, you like palmettos, right? Here's a clutch. Or, hey, you wanted the scalers, here's a clutch. So just to avoid all of that, I will just put them publicly on YouTube and sometimes on Facebook, but also on the morph list. And then it's sort of first come, first serve. So, yeah, if you are just the first person who wants to buy something, yeah, I will sell it to. And yeah, sometimes people are a little too late. But also don't worry too much, especially last year around, when the first clutches hatched, people were really like almost annoyed with me, like, oh, you sold the babies already, and how can I get a palmetto from you? But at the moment, 22 clutches are in the incubator, and I expect about 100 or so. So don't worry, a lot of palmettos will hatch, a lot of scalers will hatch, a lot of mimosas will hatch. What else? Yeah, some random stuff like honeys and blizzards and ultramelt charcoals and all sorts of stuff. So if you cannot buy an animal from clutch number 1, don't go too crazy. Clutch number 2 till 100, you still have options, of course. Also, the babies will hatch. Yeah, usually I get my last egg somewhere like in September or so. So usually end of October or so. Last year, I think even beginning of November, I still had the last clutch hatching. So it is quite a big season. So it's not that in 1 week or 1 month everything will hatch and will be sold out. There is an exception to the rule of keeping people updated, and also for the breeding plans, and that is my Patreon page. The link is below. You don't have to become a patron if you don't want to, no problem at all. But if you are one of my patrons, you get a few benefits. One of them is I did put my breeding plans on there in video format in Dutch and in English. So if you are curious, then you could look it up there. But it is behind the paywall, so it costs you €5 a month. But that's one of the benefits. But also more than 100 exclusive videos are on there. And one of the benefits as well is that my patrons, they can get one morph that they really want, and they will get an update. But it's basically for just private people who really like to have a snow striped, for instance, so they have more chance of getting one. So it is not for wholesalers or people who want to buy like entire clutches. And it's also not that you can say, oh, I want a caramel palmetto, and then I also want a scaleless snow, and I also want a mimosa. No, just one morph, that's all, because it really is just for private people who like one animal really, and they don't want to miss it, basically. So if you want to become a patron, you can. If you don't want to become a patron, no worries. It will still all be on YouTube and on the morph list, so you really don't miss out if you don't become a patron, because sometimes people think, oh, do I have to pay you to get updates? No, you don't have to. Well, for the updates, you might have to, but otherwise, just keep following me on YouTube, and that's basically all you need to do. Speaking of the eggs that will hatch probably somewhere end of June, just like previous years, I do have the certificates. So that's basically pretty simple. You can buy these until the first baby hatches out of the egg, or the first egg pips, basically. And it is just basically you get a certificate from me that says you get a snake. Well, you have money to buy a snake from me, basically. I sell them because at this time I don't have that much income, of course, because all the babies from 2024 are sold and the 2025 babies did not hatch yet. So it's not that I'm starving or anything, so don't worry about me. But if you want to buy one of those certificates, you basically pay me now, but you get an extra amount. So for instance, this is a €300 one, but you don't have to pay €300. You pay €250 and you get a €300 certificate. So you get 20% extra. And I basically do it just so, to people who want to support me, I want to give them a gift back, basically. So if you already know you want to buy a snake from me in the summer, then you can buy one of those certificates. And basically, there's no need to haggle for a price or something, because you just get extra value for your money. So if you want to do that and support me, thanks. Again, if you don't want to do it, no problem at all. You don't have to. It's just something that I offer, and if you don't want to do it, then you don't do it. Because sometimes people don't really understand my thought processes or something, or they think, oh, I have to buy something now, but you don't have babies yet and stuff. Yeah, I know that's, you don't have to. That's basically all. You can do anything you want with me. I'm really simple. Am I forgetting something? Just quickly checking my my list. Well, I don't really think so. If you still have any questions after watching this video about the 2025 breeding season, just send me a WhatsApp. That's usually the quickest, or a Facebook Messenger message. That's also really quick. You can also email me, but it's not as quick, especially with making pictures and sending is not as easy. So I really prefer either WhatsApp or Signal. I have now as well, if you like to use Signal, or Facebook. And then just ask. That's basically all. And then you just get a reply and you know the answer. It's really simple. So I hope to make many videos this summer. just like last year, I probably will put all the clutches in a single video and sometimes put 2 or 3 together if it's like small clutches or so. But yeah, basically be prepared this summer. In the next couple months, you will probably find 100 YouTube videos of my face. Sorry about that, but also with a lot of cool snakes. And the reason I do that as well, by the way, is that you can really see all the animals. So you can just see in the video, ooh, that's the caramel tessera that I always wanted. And then you look in the morph list and you see, oh, caramel tessera, it's still there. So you see the animal. I also show the parents in the video, so people don't have to ask about that. Yeah, you get all the genetic information on the morph list. So basically, if you have the video and the morph list, everything is totally complete. And if you are curious when your baby hatched, because that's also a question I get often, it's usually about 2 weeks before the video is posted, because the babies hatch in a couple days, of course, so they don't hatch all at the same day. The babies hatch out of the egg. It takes about 10 to 14 days for them to shed all. And once they all shed, then I will ID the morph, sex them, and make a video about them. So if you see that a video is uploaded on, I don't know, July 30th, then probably the babies hatched around July 15th or 16th, somewhere in that area. Well, there was a lot of talking, but I hope it answers a lot of your questions. And again, if you want to know anything, just ask. That's the easiest. Thanks, and see you in the next video. Bye.